So, we received our election results last night. And some of you may be happy, and some of you may be sad or disappointed or whatnot. So I would like you guys to take about 5 minutes to just pick out a piece of paper and just do a little free write on your thoughts, because I'm sure that you have plenty of them as far as what happened last night and what's going on today, maybe. Either way, I want you guys just to write it out and let you guys have that kind of forum, just get out what you're feeling. Because I think right now we all just kind of have to feel what we're feeling. So I'll give you guys to 6:08.
Yeah.
have about a minute left, so just finish up your thoughts. All right, it's 6:08. So, just as a little reminder, this is a safe space for all of you guys to share your opinions, whether they are negative or positive or what have you. This is an open forum for you guys to express any concerns or anything to me. And so, would any of you guys like to share what you've written or any thoughts that you've had over the past, 24 hours?
I wrote a few sentences, and then I also felt like a few, I guess, feelings towards the campaign.
Yeah.
Mostly like disappointment and like embarrassment, that sort of thing. I mean, I had my own opinions, but the fact that we like let this go so far, and like at first we took it as a joke, I guess you could say.
Yeah, we were all kind of like, Trump's running.
Yeah, but I mean, now that we see like how we let a person who's like, you know, mean towards like the LGBT community, women, you know, Muslims, Hispanics, many races, like it just angers me, the fact that there's a lot of people that like are pro with him, you know. So I guess I wrote like anger, disappointment, frustration, scared, and like embarrassment, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Anybody else like to share?
Yeah, I kind of agree. Like, just like after hearing like the results, like it just like makes me embarrassed to be in like America, because so many countries are probably like laughing at us, you know, for like electing someone who like, you know, treats everyone like with with disrespect. And it's just like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I mean, after like I saw the like results, I was just like so upset, and I was like, I have no idea how this happened. And like, I don't know. It just, and then it doesn't make any sense how like he doesn't have a lot, like, I mean, he like had never been involved with government very much, like except for this election. And like Hillary, even though like some of the things she might have done like might have been like maybe bad decisions, like still she had like experience. Like he has like no experience. So
Does anybody want to bounce off what Camille just said?
Well, to me, this is like really upsetting, you know, and it kind of shows like the way we see women and men, because like you basically let a man get away with stuff, you know what I mean? Just like the rape cases and all that. I would like, I don't know, but people are like not thinking, because I would be like, I'd rather have if they want to call her a liar or whatever, but I'd rather have that than just a guy that just like, he's racist and, you know, does all these horrible things. But it just shows so much of how our country sees like value women and men, you know what I mean? That's really sad that, I don't know, you know what I mean?
Oh, no, I definitely agree.
It's like a man could get away with it. Like he did all this shit and then, oh my bad, he did all this stuff and then it's okay. You know, he could be president.
Yeah, in comparison, what Hillary has done is minute compared to all of the different things that Trump has done.
And it's scary to have someone that's just, you know what I mean? He's like an ugly person that has like, I don't know, he's just horrible.
He just seems very hateful.
To have him there as a president, it's really sad.
Yeah. Angelina, do you have any comments?
I guess I'm a little bit different than you guys. Not that I support him, but I thought I would have been disappointed with either choice, honestly. That's just my mindset of that. Maybe, I mean, all candidates have their issues, but maybe this election is just like, I don't know. I was watching the polls last night, and when Hillary was up, I was mad. And then when Trump was up, I was mad. So there would have been no choice for me. So that's why I'm kind of just let it be, honestly. I know he might be a little bit crazy, but to me, the president honestly doesn't have that much power that we should be so worried, because the House of Rep and the Senate, and like he has a cabinet, and I don't know, like he's the face of the country. I don't know, maybe I just don't know politics well enough, but I feel like the president doesn't have too much power.
Well, a lot of people's fears are also stemming from the fact that the Republicans gained the majority in both the House and the Senate. And so it's going to be even easier for him to pass any legislation or appoint the new Supreme Court justice. But we do have the need for 2/3 majority. And that is what balances out that majority in Congress. And so do not despair completely, whatever side you're on, or, I mean, the third side, which is just discuss with both of them. And also know that, I mean, I think Camille's surprise, I mean, it comes from a lot of us Californians, is that I think we kind of live in a liberal bubble here, where we don't really see outside opinions, or if they are there, they're suppressed because they don't want to receive any opposition, because they think that that's the majority thought. And so I think there was a social desirability bias going on in the polls, because, I mean, as Elizabeth said, like, this guy, it seems like he's done all of these bad things, and yet he's the one who won, but the polls didn't reflect that. And so I kind of, personally, I think that was because of social desirability. But I know that it seems really dark right now, but I mean, there still is the American people, and it is, and in bureaucracy, if there is any legislation passed that is harmful to any group of people, there will be people bringing it to the courts, trying to get it repealed, and also bureaucrats will try to slow down the implementation process as well. And so, I mean, that is another sort of solace. And I think really just this election in general is, I think, a motivation for us to find better candidates, to find people more in the middle who actually represent what we feel, not these extremists. And it just shows that we can't just show up in the general election. We need to be there in the midterm elections, and we need to mobilize and stay positive. Because, I mean, really in politics, in the study of politics, it's a balancing of pessimism and optimism. And right now, because it seems so pessimistic, that's why we must be optimistic. And I'm not going to lie and say that I am not fearful for what may happen, because I'm not going to be dishonest with you. I mean, personally, I am most worried about how civil society will act, and if we're going to see a rise in racism and sexism. Hopefully not. Hopefully what morals and values that we have currently established will remain strong, and we will call out people trying to reverse things. But it takes us at the individual level, I think. And I just don't give up hope.
I think the racism is like the scariest part of it. You know, just to think that you're gonna live, like, you know, we're living right now with the guy that's racist, that's like making all the people that supported him think it's okay for them to act like that towards, like, you know, Mexican and blacks and all that. And to me, that's really scary, you know. Also with the immigration stuff, that really affects my family, you know, and me and everyone. And that's really scary just to think that.
I'm worried about my own family and friends that are undocumented. God, I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie. Because, I mean, he has said that's what he wants to do. And we'll see if his rhetoric from the campaign matches his practice. But I mean, the sucking thing is that only time will tell. We don't have an immediate answer of what Trump will do. And that's the thing with Trump, is that he is unpredictable. And another point that one of my professors made was that because of Trump's big ego and everything, he wants to be the best at whatever he does. So even as the president, he's going to try to make sure that his legacy was a great one. Because that's his whole drive for things. So hopefully his ego will outmatch the hate. But sadly, only time will tell. You guys have any other comments or anything you want to talk about? You want to just move on from this?
Well, I could talk about it for like ever, but you probably don't want to hear that.
Well, I mean, this is the place for you guys to discuss it, because I don't know how many other friends or whatever venues that you have to discuss politics. You know, maybe your family's just like, no, we can't talk politics because of how divisive it is. So I just want to offer this platform for you guys, because you should be able to talk about it. And I know a lot of people are kind of being like, oh, you're overreacting and stuff like that and everything. And it's true, but not. Because I think it's too early to say that we're overreacting. It's too early to say anything. Like, I want January to be here, but at the same time, I want these couple months to last so long.
Yeah, same.
So, I mean, is there anything else? Okay. Well, I was going to do this interest group activity, but there might be too few of you guys to do it. But I might be able to do it where I represent one of the things, because I need 3 teams of 2 to do it, and so I think maybe I'll just be the third team. So here, I'll share my screen as well as describe to you what activity that we're in. So we're doing the interest group activity. So we're gonna do kind of a little simulation where there's going to be, just pretend that there's going to be a construction of a gun range, and it can only be built either next to a retirement community or on the edge of a wildlife preserve. So the interest groups involved were the National Rifle Association as the representative for the gun range, the People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, PETA, as the representatives for the preserve, and lastly, the American Associations of Retired Persons, AARP, as the representatives of the retirement community. And so we're gonna divide you up teams of 2 to represent one of these interest groups. And so I want you guys to discuss amongst yourselves what your agenda is in playing this role for the interest group. and what you're trying to push for. And I want you guys to kind of try to make deals with each other and try to come up with a final solution, because that's what interest groups do in these kind of situations and stuff, because they're competing interests. And so they kind of make deals amongst each other to get what they want. And so, and then, yeah. And then next we'll come together as a class to hear the proposals of the group, and then the majority decides what proposals can be accepted. Sound good? Okay. So I'm just gonna assign you randomly. Neil and Elizabeth, can you guys represent the NRA?
Okay.
So you're pushing for your gun range wherever it is.
Okay.
Actually, no. I'm gonna be the gun range. I'm gonna be the NRA, and I'm gonna be advocating for my gun range. And then you guys are gonna be PETA, and you're gonna represent the Wildlife Reserve. And then Angelina and Lourdes, you guys are gonna represent the AARP and try to advocate for those those retired people and their retirement community. I gotta keep it quiet, no guns. So I'm gonna split you into like the breakout room. So wait, question. And when you guys are in the breakout rooms, can you guys leave the room separately yourself?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think we wait for the little button to come up.
Okay. Okay. So I will put you guys in the breakout rooms for 10 minutes so you guys can devise your plans and stuff like that, who you're gonna go to and stuff. And we'll start the simulation. Sound good? And then I will be in my room and stuff like that. And so if you guys find a way to leave the breakout room, do that, and then that can be your way of like sending one of you as a delegate to try to persuade me to build either at the preserve or at the retirement community. That make sense?
Yep.
Okay. 2 rooms. There you go. And then, oh wait. I gotta move. We go 2, and then okay. All right, there we go. Open all rooms. There we go. Start video. Come on. Oh, well, I'm here. And I do not see you. Oh, there you are. Okay. So, you two, how about you? Since you're here first, tell me what's your plan? Why should I build my gun range not at the wildlife reserve?
Okay, I guess I'll go. We said because it's the first reason we said is because it's unsafe for the animals because a bullet may hit an animal. And then the second reason why is because the place where they came from, because it's like a wildlife preservation, is because they were like saved from like an unsafe environment.
Mhm.
So we said that the bullet sound, like the sound of the bullets, may like traumatize the animals, like kind of like a PTSD thing for animals. And then we said it like may scare the animals to like go on a rampage towards like humans and then like kill humans. Or like get out of their cages and like run around. I don't know.
We'll go mad with the sound of bullets.
And then we made a case against the like why they should like located at the senior
Community,
yeah, right, retirement community. And then we said the first reason we said is because the old people don't have very good hearing. So they won't be able to hear it very well. And then we said that the animals have to be outside, and usually shooting ranges are outside, while senior citizens can be inside with soundproof windows. So, or soundproof, walls.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, so that's your complete argument?
Yeah.
All
Wait,
right.
do you want us to do like the deal thing?
Well, first I'm going to give the floor to AARP, and let's hear their argument, and then I will let you guys debate your points.
I think the first question we had was whether or not it would be an indoor versus an outdoor shooting range, because an indoor one, typically you can't hear anything from the outside anyways.
Mhm.
But if it's an outdoor one, I mean, both of them have negative effects, but like being loud
Yeah,
would only affect if it's an outdoor one.
I think let's pretend in this scenario it's an outdoor facility.
Oh, okay.
That way it actually endangers the animals of the preserve. And it has loudness. So based off of that.
All right, so even despite if it's outdoor or indoor, but if it is outdoor anyways, there's just a certain feel of being like threatened and endangered when there's people walking around with guns, even if it's like in a case or whatever and they're walking on their way to the gun range, it's still a little bit uneasy if it's right by a center. I don't know. And old people tend to go outside and take like walks. So I don't think that you want to be walking past people shooting on your, calming walk.
Oh, so the animals and the old people have to worry about stray bullets.
Yeah. If Lourdes wants to add.
Yeah.
We also talked about like unsafety, loudness, and robbery, such as like what if someone wants to go like into the gun range and like steal ammo or like guns that could like perhaps endanger the elderly. We compared it to like I think it was in Bernardino where there was like a shooting with the what's it called, the retirement home, and like that was very serious and very dangerous. So we don't want anything like that happening again with a gun range near the elderly.
Mhm.
And we also I added like health problems, such as like what if the elderly have like anxiety or that type of thing causing them like heart attacks or something like that. Yeah.
All right. So, Peta, do you have a response to any of these arguments?
I don't know.
think, do you have an argument against any of their points? Or do you have a way to frame that your cause, your interests, the animals, are in more danger than the old people?
I don't know. I guess I can say like older people, like they don't really spend too much time like walking around outside at retirement homes. Like they mostly spend most of their time inside. Well, that's like my experience with like being at like going to a retirement home. So yeah, I think because like the soundproof, you know, like they could just have soundproof windows and like walls and stuff, you know. They wouldn't be able to hear it.
Do you have a rebuttal, ARP? Are her soundproof walls and windows bullshit and an extra cost to the old people who are already having to pay for their high costs of drug prescriptions?
That is true. That soundproof stuff is too expensive. Us retired people don't want to pay for that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Unless the animal association's gonna like pay for that, then I guess we could go. I don't think we pay for that.
Well, the animals like kind of have to be outside, so like older people, they don't have to be outside, but animals do. So
But that's such a sad life if they have to be inside of their little apartment the whole day. So
well, it'd be kind of bad if the animals were inside.
True.
It's true. Then it would be just a zoo, not a preserve.
yeah.
Especially if they're rescue animals, you know, if they've been through a lot and then we're going to lock them up in cages, you know, in a building or something.
Mm-hmm.
We want them to be free, you know. Other people, they're just, you know, I think retirement homes are not that bad. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice, safe environment for them and everything.
Yep.
So, and so let's say, so personally, I have found PETA to be more influential. So,
Dang it.
let's just do a vote. Shall the gun range be shall the gun range be located at the retirement community? Raise your hand if you agree.
Rude. You guys don't care about the elderly.
If you wish for the gun range to be built at the edge of the wildlife preserve, please raise thy hand. And so, another way that, you know, maybe that PETA convinced me was they were like, oh, well, you know, we'll open up we'll free up some other preserve land and let you guys hunt and stuff like that. And so that might be a way that they might be like, okay, hey, look, I scratch your back, you scratch mine, and stuff like that. And so that's kind of how this interest groups work together and interact. And you get those kind of collective goods and everything going around. What do you guys think of the simulation? Was it beneficial?
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure the professionals are much better than we are, but that was good.
Yeah, I mean, you only had 10 minutes too, so can't always come up with the best stuff. But yeah, so did you guys we have 7 minutes left, so I wanted to know if you guys had any particular questions that you wanted to be addressed, or if like just like in the lecture or anything, or if you feel confident. I didn't have time to check the questions today before I started this. I can actually check my drive right now and see if there's anything.
Oh, I forgot to send in a question.
It's okay. I mean, honestly, since 6 p.m. yesterday, I haven't gotten my mind off of the election, and I haven't gotten anything really done besides going to class.
That's true.
So I don't blame you, but I highly advise watching the lecture and everything so you're prepared for tomorrow if you're taking the Thursday test. Questions? Let's see. So, loading. Okay. This was from last time, and I'll wait till Sandra's here before I answer it because it's her question. Yeah. Trying to think of anything you guys want to address, or do you want to just leave early?
I have like a question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like on the lecture it said how taxpayer money like supports campaigns. Like how much taxpayer money like goes to like campaign?
So there's a limited amount. If you go back in the Ginsburg textbook, I know and if you look up public financing, I'm pretty sure that's the term. And it explains how much money is allocated for each campaign, and it's determined by inflation and stuff and market prices, and what it takes to run a campaign. And so I'm not actually, I don't know the specifics of how much of our taxes go to it, but I do know it is not, it's not above $1 million.
Okay.
So, yeah. Let's see what public financing cap is. Let's find out together. Oh yeah, the Federal Election Commission, always a great site. Okay, so in a court, under the existing system, payouts are indexed to inflation, while the $3 contributions are fixed. At the same time, so, okay, I think, so I know that they raise a certain amount of money, and if that's raised, then the government will match that amount.
Oh, okay.
So it's just to, because obviously if you're getting a certain amount of money, then you're getting popular support, and so to boost that popular support, that you might not have finances to boost that yourself, and so that's where the government comes in. That way, it's not purely rich people running for elective office, even though that is what tends to be the case, because you need networking and everything. So yeah, I'll reread that again, and we'll address it next class. We can talk about it further. But yeah, and then so I was thinking that the 23rd. Would you guys? I mean, how many are you guys gonna show up on the 23rd, the day before Thanksgiving? Do you think? I want to cancel class. Are you guys good with that? Okay.
Yeah.
Then the 23rd is canceled. Don't worry about it. and I'll give you credit.
Cool.
And yeah, because I plan on traveling that day and stuff like that because my family's 4 hours south of here, so yeah, that works out great. Awesome. So it is 6:48, and if there's any last questions, comments, do them now. If not, you are free. So it looks like you want to be free. I will let you go. Be free, my pretties. Be free.